All right, guys, we are about to finish our story of Diva and Flea. In this story, we've talked about the bold beginning, how the author Mo Williams was able to hook the readers in the first chapter um, by giving you an idea of our two characters, Diva and Flea. We talked about the two characters and some of their traits and ways that we would describe them. We talked about the setting of the courtyard, which is the main setting of the story, where Diva is guards and protects. Um, we talked about the middle and all of the events that happen in the middle. And today we are going to talk about the end. After that, your job for next week is going to be to write your own chapter or narrative to end the story. So another thing that we've talked about is that we have started talking about is the voice that the author used in this. So we've talked about different voices and the way that the author wants you to feel in the story, the feeling the author wants you to get. If you think about the story and the events that have happened in the story, the author has a very warm and friendly voice in this story. Diva and Flea are it's talking about their friendship and it's happy. So it's a friendly and warm voice. And we're going to look a little bit more at that too in the ending. So we're going to read the last few chapters. Chapter 11, A Favor. The very first thing the next day, Flea rushed to 11 Avenue La Play with the hope that Breakfast was more than a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Luckily, Breakfast happened with great regularity in Diva's apartment. After their meal, Diva and Flea sat in a patch of warm sunlight in the middle of the courtyard. Curious, Flea asked Diva, "Why are you afraid of the feet out here, but not afraid of the feet inside?" "The feet inside end in Eva," said Diva, "but I don't know what is at the end of the feet out here." Diva's answer gave Flea an idea so exciting his tail shot straight up. Flea turned to his friend. "You showed me a wondrous and delicious new thing yesterday. I owe you a favor." Diva was flattered. Also, she loved favors. "What is the favor?" she asked, hoping it would be a piece of ribbon and not another dead mouse. "I will show you how to meet new feet," said Flea. This was not Diva's idea of a favor, but Flea was insistent. "It will be a wondrous thing," he said. Diva did not say anything. "I will be right here by your side the whole time," continued Flea. "Trust me." Diva looked at Flea. "Okay," she said, but she did not say it very loudly. Suddenly, Diva and Flea heard the telltale click-clacking sound of strange footsteps coming from the street. "Feet!" whispered Diva nervously. Every part of her wanted to turn and run away. Every part, that is, except the part that trusted Flea. So Diva stayed. Diva waited. Diva trusted. Notice this picture of Diva. You can tell she's nervous, staring at the feet. Chapter 12, Feet Again. Click, clack, clack, click, click, clack. Diva could hear the feet coming closer. Then she could see the feet coming closer. Flea did not move. So Diva did not move either. Then the feet came to a stop right in front of Diva. "Say meow," instructed Flea. "Woof," said Diva. "Close enough," said Flea. The almost meow must have done something, because just then a huge hand, almost as large as a foot, appeared out of the sky. Diva looked at Flea. Flea whispered, "The wondrous thing is coming." Diva scrunched up her nose and closed her eyes, but still she didn't move. Then the hand touched Diva's head and started to pet it. The hand was gentle and friendly. If it could have talked, it would have said something like, "Why, hello there. You are very nice, and I'm very glad that we can share this moment. You have made my day a little better, and I hope I have made your day a little better too." Wow, thought Diva. That was a wondrous favor. Told you, said Flea. Now, what was the thing you were saying about something called hunch? See, look, you can see in this picture how the author's voice is friendly and warm and happy. Chapter 13. Diva and Flea now. Now, remember we talked about Diva and Flea then in the first chapter. Now we're reading Diva and Flea now. This is Diva now. Diva lives with Eva, the gardener of 11 Avenue Le Play in Paris, France. Sometimes she and her friend, a big cat named Flea, pass through the courtyard gate to discover new things and meet new feet on the street and avenues of the city. Diva has become a flaneur, a small dog in a big city who has seen things and done things that other small dogs in Paris have only heard about from passing cats. Even though Diva has lived many adventures, she still loves stories, especially Flea's. This is Flea now. Flea is a great flaneur who has seen everything but still looks for more because there is always more to discover. And now, thanks to his friend, a dog named Diva, he has discovered that more in a most surprising place. It is located through the door that leads to a small apartment in 11 Avenue Le Play in Paris, France, that has ample food and ample love and one harmless broom. This is where Flea now lives with Diva and Eva. This is where he eats breakfast every day. This is where the wall has a photograph of him. These are all parts of his favorite story, the story he calls The Adventure of When I Found a Friend and a Home at the Same Time. Au revoir. And then there is a picture of Diva and Flea. Now, your job next week. Today, you're going to start or continue to brainstorm your adventure, but your job is to write a narrative, which would be an extra chapter to this story of something that happened with Diva and Flea. Remember, you're using the same setting, so the courtyard or Paris, France. You're using the same characters with the same traits. So I want you to think about what you've heard in the story, and if you need to go back and listen to the parts of the story again, you can. And you are going to write a narrative about Diva and Flea. And right now you're just brainstorming, writing a rough draft. You're going to have make sure you use big vocabulary. You show your voice. It should have a friendly voice like the rest of the story has had. If you notice, there were we talked about figurative language last week. There were some similes in the story. The click-clack was an onomatopoeia. So you can use things like that to help in your writing. And you are going to make sure that you have an ending, a middle with a problem and a solution, and an ending that wraps everything up, kind of like the author did in the story of Diva and Flea. So right now you are brainstorming and working on a rough draft. And next week, after we do TE21 testing, you will submit your final draft of the story of Diva and Flea.